What's going on, world? It's Sports Game Vision. My name is Hank. I'm in the building making a new video today. I always said on Mondays I want to drop something. It's something new. Haven't done this style before. I'm going to try it out, and I'm sure you guys will rock with me. I'm hoping so. As you can see on the graph, we're going to be talking about quite a few things, and I want to say hello to you. Um, Let me see here. Got a lot of things going on. Want to say hello to you. Hank is in the building. Sports Game Vision. If you're in the building, please, 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 please hit all the positive buttons, as I like to say, and you can definitely support the channel here. I'm on all the different apps and social media platforms, and I'm sure I'm going to end up joining a lot more later on. But we're going to get into it. First, we're going to hit a quick pause. We are back in the building, Sports Game Vision, with a new show. Video per se, kind of like sports news. And we're going to get started. First, we're going to talk about the MVP race in the NBA. As you can see here, things have changed. Joel Embiid is out of it right now. And unfortunately, he's not going to be able to make the requirements to be MVP. But as you can see, we've got quite a few names on there. Jokic is always going to be high up on the list. So is Giannis. Shea is his first year being this high, and his team is doing very well right now. I believe, let me look right here. They are number 2 in the West, and Minnesota is, oh, sorry, no, they're actually number 1. Minnesota is number 2. So, you know, Shea has a great chance of getting the award this year. If he doesn't get it, he's definitely going to get a lot of votes. There's a lot of other names on that list. Jason Tatum, Luca, Kawhi is a sleeper, in my opinion. He might be a little bit higher on the list. So is Kevin Durant, and Tyrese Halliburton, who probably is not going to make the award as well because he's very, very much on that borderline of making the award. But what do you guys think about it? Right now, probably Jokic is going to be the favorite always. For me, on that list, I would put Shea and Kawhi up there for me, the way things are going right now. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think about it. Very good season so far. On to the next topic here. We're going to talk about Wemby. Do you guys think he should be an all-star? Look at those numbers right there. He did that in the first 42 games of the year. He's a 7'5" phenom. You see his French brother man, mate, and mentor, I'm sure, Gobert, won the Defensive Player of the Year with less numbers. So will Wemby win it this year? I believe he's a star. As long as he stays healthy, I believe he's going to be one of the faces of the league, if not the face of the league. Right now, they got 10 wins, so it's tough for him. But to get maybe Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year, that would bode very well for his stardom and his Hall of Fame case coming up, and of course contract talks, getting that big bag. You know how that goes. But what do you guys think about it? You think he'll get Defensive Player of the Year this year? I think he has a very, very, very good chance. Well, let's go on to some more NBA talk, some more NBA news. We've got your guy here, Ben Simmons. Lordy. Well, you got the 65 game rule mainly because of guys like him. It's funny to me. I got grown men pissed off. The reason that they're pissed off is because they feel like you're not giving them their all in the game. They come to see you play, especially in Philadelphia, where I believe he got booed at. They're upset because they feel like he didn't give his all there and didn't show up the way that he should have. They'd have, if he was there and played the way he was playing before all this, whatever was going on with him, they have still a shot at winning the championship, even with him beat out. So, and I still like Philly, no matter what anybody says. I still like them, but it's going to be tough with with him down for a while, and possibly could be worse. I hope it's not worse. But yeah, Ben, what do you expect? Right now you came back for one game, sat out, came back for another game. It's like you're not playing. It's like you're playing the system for some reason. That's how it feels. That's how it feels to fans, and that's why they're groaning and booing you, especially in Philly, which I can understand the way that exit went. I'm surprised it's not happening in Brooklyn and in New York because I know those fans are really, really tough. But what do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section about Ben. I think that it's something that should be expected, man. It really is. When they feel like you're not putting out the output, with all that money and the expectations of your greatness to help the team. But we're going to move on to some more news here. Actually, his former teammate, Joel Embiid, he is undergoing surgery and on his left meniscus, and he will be out for a considerable time. There is no timetable as of right now. Hopefully, he can make it back in good enough time to get back in game shape and playoff shape. Well, number one, just being healthy for the team. We'll hope that that can happen for him and the Sixers, and they'll have a shot at trying to get a championship possibly this year. We'll see what happens in the off season, but I think that he has a good supporting cast, especially with the pickup of Oubre and Patrick Beverly. And if Tobias stays and plays well and continues to pick it up, they still have a great shot with Maxey becoming a star. On to more NBA news. We're going to talk about the NBA All-Star Game. Yes, the 3-point contest, as you can see, shall be set. Is going to be a good one, guys. I definitely want to see this, especially with the Sabrina and Steph shootout, and this will be on top of it. You've got Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Malik Beasley, Damian Lillard, Tyrese Halliburton, and Laurie Marketing. This should be a really, really good shootout between these gentlemen. And also, they're going to have LED courts on the floor, which is something that I'm looking forward to see how it looks on the court and how it looks on the camera. Something different. NBA always tries different things out, which is something that I'm definitely not opposed to. Let's go on to something different here, a different part of the show. We've got rumors, rumors and rumors and rumors of NBA rumors. We've got Bruce Brown likely to be traded from the rafters. And they're saying the Knicks and the Lakers are the main contenders to get him, to acquire him. Both those teams, I think, will be solid. It all depends on what they got to give up. In the Lakers, if they can swap him for Gabe Vincent, I think it's a win. In the Knicks, they've got assets. So if they got to give up something, I don't think it'd be that big of a deal. And on the other end, we've got the Dallas Mavericks and the Milwaukee Bucks discussing a trade with Grant Williams and Bobby Portis. They're saying the Bucks and the Mavs are talking about trying to do this. I don't see why they would do this. Um, it's a weird trade to me. Maybe Dallas needs size. Maybe uh, what is it? Maybe Milwaukee wants more of a small forward wing player. But Bobby Portis he's long. He's almost a center size. He's putting in good work this year too. I don't see why they would trade him. Maybe it's a financial reason, but Williams just got that contract, so it seems like it would be a bigger bag. And I don't know how the tax implications work out because that does seem like it would be something that might affect their bottom line. And I don't know the ins and outs of that one, so that might be another reason dumping salary for tax reasons. But that seems like a weird trade to me. You guys can let me know in the comment section what you think about it. On to our next topic. LeBron James LeBron James. Yes, sir. They're saying that LeBron is he's always usually frustrated around this time anyway about roster configurations, and they're saying he's losing a lot of power as far as making demands over these last few years. And in some ways it's understandable. In life, when you get older, you don't always get the demands that you would think. That it goes for regular people in real life. They don't treat you the same when you get older. But in his case, he's still a superstar, and he can put pressure on them, especially this offseason. He's able to create so much income and brand recognition because of who he is, and he's also brought them a championship and the in-season tournament title. So I don't know if they're going to go out and just destroy the roster because they know there's a future after him, but it seems like he's trying to put pressure on them to make some moves. And you see the Knicks towel on him. All those rumors about him going to New York possibly is the reason he's doing this. So we'll see what he does. It's kind of funny. Uh, Bron being passive aggressive, I guess, in some of the decisions and choices that he once made for the organization. But let's go on to our next topic here. The power rankings. The LA Clippers are number 1 in power rankings in the NBA. Boston's 2, Denver's 3, 4 is Minnesota, and 5 is OKC. But really, my main focus is on that top one. And as you can see, they're 25-5 since December 1st. And they're doing really, really well. I'm kind of shocked to see this turnaround. I did kind of talk bad about them earlier when they were doing bad, and I had to come out and say my bad, my apologies. They turned it around, 4 Hall of Famers, 4 All-Stars, and they're looking like one of the best teams in the league. Now we know what's going to happen with injuries and what are they going to do in the playoffs. They kind of go hand in hand, but I got to give them props what props is due. Even with the whole MVP race, and I said that Kawhi should be in that talks or further up on that list, is because of this. They're the best team in the league pretty much ever since December 1st. So shout out to them. Let's see what happens. I want to see some good basketball end of the day. And if they continue to play like that, we're going to see some great, great basketball. As we move on here to the next part of the show, we're going to talk a little bit about wrestling. First, we'll go on to, let's make sure we're good here. First, we're going to go on to WWE's Omos, the big giant. We haven't seen a lot of giants in the WWE. As of lately, Braun Strowman is out. I don't really know too many big guys tall besides like a Drew McIntyre or something like that. But when I'm not just talking about like size, I'm talking about being tall as well. Omos is a spectacle into this WWE mainframe, so to speak. He's a main attraction, and I wonder who he's going to wrestle at WrestleMania, which is the main question. Who is he going to face, and should they bring him around a little bit more? I think that they should. The last time I seen him fight Brock, it seems like he is honing in more on skills and getting better, and that's the main thing. He probably should be around all the time, maybe not, but I do think he should be around for more often and put in storylines where he can look good and also bring that fear factor back into the WWE. And I think that's kind of was missing. But we're going to move on to the main thing I wanted to talk about was, as far as wrestling is concerned, is the WWE having the problem with Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and The Rock. What do you think? Do you think this is a work, or do you think this is something where The Rock has bullied his way into a title defense or title challenge against Roman Reigns? We all know that, as they said, he has taken some hits in Hollywood, and being able to come back to WWE and rebrand yourself, so to speak, is a positive thing. Maybe do you think this is the main reason he's coming back? And like I said, is it a work? Maybe this is something to help push Cody Rhodes a little bit further into finishing his story. As you can see here, um, winning that championship. Does he win it at WrestleMania? Does he win it at Madison Square Garden, where his dad won the belt briefly back in the day? That he wants to finish that story like his father, and it's be very interesting to see what that storyline does. As you can see here, it looks like he's pretty upset at the decision being made, but I think that WWE work it out, even if it's The Rock pushing his weight. I think they got enough talented writers and they're great performers. They'll figure out a way to make this work out. We shall see in the coming weeks, especially Thursday. I believe Thursday is the day that they're going to announce, have a face off and talk about WrestleMania. So I think we'll get a little bit more information there. But if you're on the back end of all this, they've been giving you teasers here and there about The Rock coming. He came at the beginning of the year, and even CM Punk made some comments in his promo with Cody Rhodes about possibly The Rock taking his spot. So this is probably a work. I'm leaning more towards a work, but let me know what you guys think about it. I think it's going to be a good WrestleMania, no matter what. Yes, sir. Well, as we move on, we're going to talk a little bit more about basketball, and we're going to talk about rumors. Andre Drummond is expected to maybe get traded to the Celtics, the Mavericks, the Lakers, the Suns. And just off the top of my head, I'm sure he can help all of them. The Celtics, I guess he'd be insurance for Porzingis. Mavericks obviously can need size, so do the Lakers. And the Suns, oh yes, he can go behind Nurkic or start over him, one of the two. And then of course you've got Nikola Vujacic, his teammate, who's saying he does not want to see the team break up. They believe they have enough, and if you look at the standings currently, they're in the play-in. They're doing pretty well. They'll probably have a chance to maybe move up a little bit more if they keep everybody together and healthy. Of course, we got what's he called is out for the season. They were talking about trading him, um, Zach Levine, and there's rumors that Lonzo could come back. But either way, they're playing very well. They're just under 500. They get on a win streak. Here you go. They might be able to sneak into a 7-8 spot, maybe even a top 6 if they play well enough. So we'll see. Maybe the team is tired of being in that middle package, the middle passage, so to speak, the middle of the pack, and they want to move on from this. And we'll see what they decide to do in the coming weeks. To some sad news, rest in peace to Earl Cureton, a fellow Detroiter as myself. He went to Finney High School. I follow U of D basketball, and he was one of the elite players to play at that organization with Dick Vitale. I know if you watch college basketball, you know who that is. And he was the coach of U of D when they were in their prime and they were going to the NCAA tournament. He was one of those great players to play on that team. I was young. I was too young to see it, but I knew they were great teams at U of D. So I always pay attention to see if they do well. Hopefully they can turn it around and start looking good this year. But their alum and great has passed away. Is 60, I believe 69. Sorry, 66 years old. He's was a ambassador for Detroit Pistons. He played 12 seasons in the league. He won 2 championships, one with the Philadelphia 76ers and one with the Rockets, which I was able to see those Rockets. I didn't know he was on a team. But yeah, this Philadelphia team, I definitely was too young for that. But yeah, he had a great college career, played in the league, and he's a great ambassador for the city. And him and Chauncey Billups are very, very close. He's very saddened by the news. Of course, Chauncey is a Detroit Piston himself, former Detroit Piston, and he had great interaction with Earl. But rest in peace and condolences to him and his family. And we're sorry to lose a great Detroiter as himself. Rest in peace. As we transition on here on the show, we're going to talk a little bit more. Well, we're going to switch on over to the Grammys. This is a little bit different from what I do on the show, but I give it a try. The Grammys was very huge last night, as you can see, and my guy did very well last night. Killer Mike, he did very very well in his his Grammy bid. As you can see, he won 3 Grammys. Now I didn't watch it. I have not been watching the Grammys for years now. Specifically because I just feel like it's too long and it always don't, I've always been a hip hop fan. I don't listen to it as much as I used to, but they didn't really put it on and showcase it like that. And the guys never would win or ladies would not win the awards when they should win them. In this case, he won best rap album and a few other ones on top of it. And proud that he got it, got the award and the recognition. But with that being said, he still had a tough night. If you guys paid attention, he got arrested at the show at the receiving Grammys. And, as you can see there, they're saying basically the conspiracy is that he didn't endorse Biden. So now they're messing with him and they didn't televise his award speeches really. I don't know what that is. It's possible, but it's kind of crazy they arrest the man at the show for a misdemeanor. They could have waited to after the show or before the show, even before he got there. Like, it's crazy to interrupt it, especially when, when Will did his thing on the Oscars, they didn't arrest him at all, but they're going to arrest him for some small incident. Silly. But, it's hard to rock with the Grammys. We'll pull this up here. Only 11 artists have won. 11 black artists have won album of the year. And we're bringing this up because of the speech that, Killer Mike's counterpart Jay-Z made about people not winning the best artist all the time, the best award, for best artist at the Grammys. And he was specifically speaking about his wife, Beyonce. But as you can see, those are great artists on that list there. We're talking about Stevie, Michael, Lionel Richie, Quincy Jones, Natalie Cole, Whitney Houston, Lauryn Hill, Outkast, Ray Charles, Herbie Hancock, and John Batiste. Now, on that list, you see there's 2 hip hop artists, which is Lauryn Hill and Outkast. So that was big to get album of the year for hip hop. But overall, they don't really give it to a lot of black artists, and especially hip hop, to ever get album of the year is very rare. And of course, you got my guy up there at the very top. Michael was dominating in that year. Of course, Stevie as well, representing Detroit out there, Motown. So does Mike as well. But yeah, I mean, the Grammys, they're not an award for for the black culture anyway. It's a good recognition if you get the award, if you nominate it, but you got to celebrate the awards that really represent the culture fully and what's around for the black artists. What is it, the BET Awards or NAACP Awards and the Image Awards? You go after those things that'll put you in a better light anyway. And you just can't depend on the Grammys. They didn't even really showcase the 50 years of hip hop the way they should have, especially at the main show. So regardless of that, shout out to Mike. I'm glad he won. He had a very good album. And furthermore, which is more important, is his son is receiving a kidney transplant after 3 years of waiting. So that's bigger than any Grammy in the world. I know he's very elated over that. Shout out to him and his family. Congratulations, and everything goes well and he stays healthy. But that's bigger than winning the Grammy and worrying about, the politics of what's going on in music or politics in general, because Killer Mike is heavy in the political field. But either way, guys, congratulations on the Grammys, and definitely congratulations on your son being healthy again, getting the help he need to be healthier. But that's all I got, these guys, for the rest of the show. Again, just a little sports game talk for the evening. And definitely hit the buttons, the positive buttons. Follow me on all the platforms and support. And I'll do a show every Friday, 6 p.m. And even if I'm not there at 6 p.m., I'm going to show up. But 6 p.m. is the start time. And we do that every week. You can check the channel on my lives and watch other lives. As I say, sports game. You know the vision. Peace.